Hi there. Blogging is an important part of our learning here at ISPP. It gives us a chance to reflect on the learning that we've done and share it with an authentic audience. But sometimes it can be a little bit more complicated than we might like. It works differently on a Mac or a PC than it would on a tablet such as an iPad, but ultimately, we all need to understand the same things in order to create a successful blog post. Grade 3 students worked together to create a list of all the things that they thought a successful blog post would contain. And I'm going to go through the steps to make sure that you know how to create this on your device at home. Using Blogger is almost the same on a Mac or a PC because it all happens within your web browser. You might find Google Chrome or Firefox on either of these types of computers, but if you're using a Mac, you might be using Safari, or on a PC, perhaps Microsoft Edge or Internet Explorer. Either way you do it, going to the website www.blogger.com is the best way to make sure that you can access your blog. Because Blogger uses a Google account, just like Gmail or Google Drive, it's important to sign out of any non-school Gmail accounts before trying to log into Blogger. Otherwise, it might get confused and try to use the wrong account. You can do that by clicking on the photo in the top right-hand corner and choosing Sign Out. Once you've signed out of any personal accounts, you can sign in using your @ispp.edu.kh email address and password. Once you get signed into your Gmail or Google Drive, it'll remember that login and password for when you sign into Blogger. Once you go to blogger.com, you can click Sign In. If you're already signed into your school Gmail or Google Drive, it'll open up right away. Otherwise, just put in your email address and your password to find all of your stuff. This page is called the Blogger Dashboard, where all the tools that control our blog are found. If you want to see what the blog actually looks like, you can try the View Blog button in the top left-hand corner. Since we're in the Posts section, we can see previous posts on the blog from here and edit or view them by clicking on these buttons. Today we're going to be creating a new post, but before we do that, we need to think about the success criteria for what makes a great blog post. Grade 3 students told me that they thought the secret to a great blog post involved different areas of learning, a variety of topics. We needed a title with capital letters. We needed an image or a video that's labeled for reuse so that we're not stealing somebody else's work, but it'll make it interesting for people to look at our post. We need a caption to say where it came from. We need to use labels to make sure that our posts stay organized. And we need to pay attention to our writing. Things like complete sentences, punctuation, make sure it's interesting and makes sense to other people, and we need to use an appropriate font size and color. Let's quickly look at how we can do all of that. Showing different areas of learning is as easy as thinking about, what do I want to write about? Or what do I have to write about if you've been given an assignment from your teacher? We learn in all the different things that we do. The important thing is to not always write about the same topics, and that will help keep your blog interesting to your readers. Once you've figured out what you want to write about, next comes the title. Pay attention to capital letters. What makes a good blog post? Now it's time to add a visual, something to get our audience's attention, an image or a video. If you've got your image on Google Drive, you can just download it straight away. But you might want to take an image from the internet, and that means it's important for us to give credit to the creators or make sure we have permission to use that image. If you're searching for images on Google, make sure that you use the Tools, Usage Rights, Labeled for Reuse option to make sure that we're not stealing somebody else's images. Alternatively, you could also use websites like photosforclass.com or Pixabay that offer copyright-free images for your blog. You can also make sure that you give credit to the photographers or the creators of the image in the caption section below the image. Once you've downloaded the image, click this button on the blog and then choose the file. I'm going to choose my Blogger poster. When I add the photo, it'll automatically resize it and put it where it thinks it best fits. Sometimes it can be a little weird working with images in Blogger, so I recommend clicking after the image and pressing the Enter key to move down to a new line and make sure that your writing doesn't overlap with the image. Clicking on the image gives you the ability to add your caption, and in this case, this poster by grade 3 at ISPP is the credit I need to give. Labels are one of the ways we can keep our blogs organized, and it makes it easier to go back and find related posts in the future. On the right-hand side of the blog, click the Labels button. Most students should already have a list of important terms about their learning here, but you could add more by typing them in. I suggest choosing 2 to 3 different labels that describe the content of this post. For example, we're inquiring into what makes a good blog post, and we're working on being good communicators on the internet. So those are 2 good choices for labels for this blog post. I'm going to click Done to add them. We can click after the image in order to find a clean new spot on our page. Sometimes you have to change the alignment to the left so that it looks like you're ready to write. Not all blog posts need writing. If you've included a video, maybe it's self-explanatory. If you do choose to include writing, make sure that you think about your audience, because it's very different writing for an adult or for a kid, and sometimes you just write for yourself for self-reflection. Make sure that you try and make your blog post as interesting as possible, and that it makes sense for other people, which might mean that you need somebody to proofread your work before you publish it. Finally, a note about appropriate font and color. It might seem like fun for you to choose your font size as something gigantic or maybe make it rainbow colors, but a lot of readers will find that distracting. So make sure that when you do choose different colors or fonts for your blog, that you're thinking about your audience before you do it. That makes it really hard to read. I better change it to something easier to read. Much better. Now that I have all the elements of a successful blog post, I'm ready to publish. Even if you're not ready to publish, or you want to take time for someone else to proofread your work, you can use the Save button up here and close the blog post and still find it anywhere in your post list on the Blogger dashboard. I'm ready to publish my post, so I'm going to go ahead and press the Publish button. If I want to see what my blog looks like now that I've posted my latest writing, I can click the View Blog button in the top left-hand corner of the Blogger dashboard and see how everything looks together. Thanks for watching, and great luck to you on your Blogger journey.